Let's shift our attention now to a big breaking news update coming in. The cabinet has cleared One Nation, One Election proposal. That's the big breaking news update coming in. Union Cabinet making way for One Nation, One Election proposal. Remember, it's been a developing story all through Modi 2.0, and we've seen the government's intent as far as ONOP is concerned, as far as One Nation, One Election, I beg your pardon, is concerned. And now the cabinet, we're learning, has cleared the way for One Nation, One Election. Payal joins us with more details. What more details do we have, Payal?
Just yesterday, Griha, you had the Home Minister speak at the conference, where he was talking about the first 100 days. And when a question was asked of him in terms of what one country, one election would really mean and whether or not it would happen, he said it would happen within this term, within the third term of Modi's government as well. So that's something which he had elaborately said as well. Now, we also do understand that a detailed report, headed by former President of India, Ram Nath Kovind, was submitted, to the cabinet some time ago as well, a few months ago as well. And that had actually had a detailed discussion, not only from various stakeholders, but for all the political parties were also asked to give in their suggestion as well. Remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, from his first term onwards, has also been advocating for one country, one election to be brought in. Because this is not only going to help in save money, help in save circulation of black economy, help in saving the circulation of black money, but also at the same time will ensure that any government is able to focus on governance over the last 5 years, or over the next 5 years. Given the fact that in a country like India, you have so many elections happening, right from the panchayat to probably the parliament sort of an election happens once in 5 years. So obviously it takes up a lot of focus on governance because on multiple occasions you have to actually impose a model code of conduct. So governance takes a back seat as well. So obviously this is a big thing which is coming in as well. And since the upcoming parliament session will only be in the winters, the winter session of parliament is going to be at the time when you can see the bill being introduced in parliament. We also do understand that various stakeholders have been taken into account as well. This has been the commitment that the Modi government has also brought in, ever since they came into power, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been a big advocate of that. Earlier in the first term itself, the Prime Minister had actually arranged for a meeting of all party presidents across the platform to come and give in the suggestion, and a committee was going to be formed as well. But, obviously, after much pursuance, by the central government, Ram Nath Kovind decided to take over that job of, becoming the person who would actually be heading that committee. That committee also had various officials in place. It also had constitutional experts in place, and the law minister was also a member of that committee. So obviously we'll just have to wait and see if the government actually announces this, in the cabinet briefing, which is going to take place at 3 o'clock, because this was not part of the circulated agenda, which includes various
this is big news coming in, Payal. Sorry to interrupt you there. I'm being joined by Manikam Tagore of the Congress on the phone line. Mr. Tagore, your first thoughts. Big news coming in. The Kovind committee report has been accepted by the Union Cabinet. We've known the Congress position on the same, but what do you make of it?
We all know that this is a step by the government which will be rejected by the people of India, where they are already rejected in 2024 elections. This idea was floated, and people of India has reduced the majority of this government from 303 to 240, and Mr. Modi's government has become a minority government, and it is now supported by the alliance partners. Therefore, it is very clear that this is going to be defeated again in the floor of parliament, and we all know that this will be defeated by the people has defeated it, and in parliament also this won't be accepted by the people of India.
Okay. How hopeful are you of a setback for the same in the parliament? Because if the BJP allies are on board, then it's going to be a bit of a problem, for you as a political party to stop the Bharatiya Janata Party implement this.
People have already rejected it. Before the election itself, this idea was floated, and Mr. Modi ji has been advocating for it, and people of India has rejected it. And now, in the back door, they are trying to manage numbers using CBI, IED, IT, and others, which are their trusted allies. That's a different story. But people of India are not going to accept it. We all know that this is a rejected idea. This is not an idea which India will accept.
The Home Minister, in fact, on 100 days of the NDA Sarkar, the third term, had come out to make a statement on the same. And if this were to be believed, the Modi government, the NDA government is just pushing this forward. I again ask you, Mr. Tagore, as the Congress party leader, how do you plan to, perhaps obstruct this entire move, because it's been a long-standing demand of the Bharatiya Janata Party?
We won't abstract this. We are people who are going to it's India's will, which has to be kept in sake of diverting the main issue from the main purpose of it. They are trying to do it. The real issues are different. Real issues of India are joblessness, farmers' distress, security of the women, MSME distress, and they are not ready to address that issues, and they are trying to divert it from the real issue.
Okay, I'll take that question to the BJP. Mr. Tagore, stay on with us. We have Shehzad Poonawal of the Bharatiya Janata Party with us on the broadcast. Shehzad, how do you respond to what Mr. Tagore is saying? The BJP did not get the kind of mandate it was expecting. People have not voiced in favor of One Nation, One Poll, as it was a poll promise of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and it will be defeated in the parliament, he says.
First of all, Mr. Tagore should know that there was one nation, one election from the inception of this nation's democratic journey from 1948 onwards. The first few elections until 1967 were one nation, one election till the time Indira Gandhi, in the lust of her power, dissolved many assemblies, put precedence rule, and then the entire schedule got disrupted. Secondly, in 1983, a report was given by the Election Commission that this should be done. There are several Law Commission reports. Now, a Dalit former president, Ram Nath Kovind ji, has suggested the feasibility of doing this. I understand the Congress's hatred for people like Mr. Ram Nath Kovind, but this will save money, this will save logistics, this will ensure that the 5 years can be then spent on policy making rather than just on electioneering. But instead of that, what we find that the Congress party, steps that it had proposed in the past, it takes an anti-national, anti-nation stand only because they want to oppose Modi. Remember that they had caught in GST, then they opposed the GST when we brought it in. They were the ones who had pioneered UCC. When we speak about UCC, they oppose it. So now Congress party once again does not want the nation's benefit or nation's vikas or nation to have 5 years of policy making. They just want us to have every election every 2 months. And that leads to a lot of situations, including model code of conduct being implemented. Therefore, the policies can't be implemented, execution and implementation stops. So the Congress has now become obstructionist. The Congress has now become in Modi Virod, Desh Virodhi.
Okay, Shehzad, request you to stay on with us. I also want to take in Sena UBT's point of view, and we have Arvind Sawant ji joining us on the phone line. Mr. Arvind Sawant, Cabinet giving a nod to the One Nation, One Election proposal. Your first thoughts?
I don't understand whether the government realizes still that what are the priorities of the country. If you really talk about one nation, one election, why you could not conduct the election of Maharashtra along with Haryana itself? Because the last time Haryana and Maharashtra, both these states, the elections were conducted simultaneously. So because everything you want to politicize, the priorities of the nation are poverty. Priorities of the nation are unemployment.
But don't you agree that frequent elections are slowing down our country's development, sir?
This is whole humbug. Nothing else. This is whole humbug. Let the bill come and we'll show the intricacies of the bill, what exactly they want. This is, they always talk about the past. The gentleman who was taking speaker, he speaks to the present. What present situation in the country right now?
Okay, the BJP says there's no argument or there's no merit in the argument being put forth by the INDI constituents.
This is not, I'm telling you frankly, this is not correct. The country has got a diversity. Number of diversities are there. Still the country is united. You really want to have unity or not? Or you want to divide the country? Let us come openly on this subject.
Okay, Mr. Sawant.
Last week only, the south, governments of the south states, maybe it Andhra, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, everybody said that. The central government is unfair with them.
Okay, Mr. Sawant, before I let you go, I'll pose a question I posed to the Congress as well. How do you then plan to stop the Bharatiya Janata Party, given that the allies so far have also signalled in favour of this proposal? Mr. Arvind Sawant? Okay, I believe we've lost that line with Mr. Arvind Sawant.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC TV 18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC TV 18 on all the social media platforms.